Pack is beneficial to players because it opens your mind. We have a narrative that we have to destroy and defeat. And that narrative for former players is, as soon as your career is over, life goes downhill. My whole career, that was my fear. You know, when I retired, when I watched my peers retire, guys that were like my big brothers, I used to think like, man, I feel bad for them. Like, what are they gonna do now? And coming to Pack has totally changed that for me. I'm so excited going in the next step of my life because I have now a community like Pack that I can reach back into, call, ask questions.
I mean, I kind of get the chills talking about it because in the locker room, what makes us so like-minded, and then being at Pack, is we don't really have these types of conversations all the time. A lot of times, guys put on a front, and it's such a macho environment that no one wants to show any weakness. So having a place where we can come together and say, hey, I'm going through this, or how do you look at this deal, or how do you network, is great to have in your arsenals.
I think it is so pivotal for you to take advantage while you're playing of the things that you need to be doing off the field. If you're waiting until after your career ends, then you're slowing yourself down and now you don't have any momentum. Being here has given me the opportunity to connect with other professionals and to bounce ideas off of people who are in fields that I'm interested in and learn things that I can add to my toolbox.
I've actually started my real estate portfolio because of Pack. I've got into tax laws and tax benefits and taking advantage of the tax code. You know, you talk about in the locker room, but nobody actually takes action on it. So being a part of Pack has allowed me to take action on things and really know that I am taking the right steps to take care of my future and my family's future.
The first thing that we talked about was values. I mean, it was like, what is your purpose? What is your why? And what is gonna drive me every day when I wake up?
Being able to get boots on the ground at some properties and evaluating and seeing how professional investors are looking at their real estate deals. You know, being an investor myself, it was good to just get insight and bounce ideas. I felt like I was able to pull people aside and ask next level questions and figure out, okay, you were talking about this, how do I translate that to my situation?
Being at Pack has given me that confidence because there's a community here. You know, there's like-minded guys who you don't feel like you're alone. You're not just one guy trying to step out into a world that's not, you know, not common to you. There's a group of you that kind of come together, and as a force, you realize that the possibilities in that arena that, you know, a lot of guys don't look like you in that space, but give me that confidence to step in that space and succeed.
Being able to, in between meetings, on the bus rides, talking about what we're seeing, talking about what we want to do next, sharing those passions, sharing those goals, getting the opportunity to connect with other guys that I've played with throughout the years, has been very exciting, and seeing what they're doing in life. You know, I think it's one thing to get information and try to digest it yourself, but when you're able to share it with other guys like we've done for so long, it allows us to continue to grow, continue to get better, and see what other guys are doing to help us even improve more.
The fear of knowing that when your NFL career ends, you might not be able to take care of your family the same way. As a player, as a man, as somebody with a lot of pride, you don't want that. You don't want that feeling. To know that I'm taking the steps that will fix that and keep that from happening, it makes you feel good inside. Like, hey, now I want to attack this the same way I've been attacking football for the last 25 plus years.
I think the most powerful thing we can do as players is put ourselves in position by the end of our career that we're playing football because we want to, not because we have to. And Pack is the first step in being able to make that happen, and no matter what phase of the game you're in.